Hey everyone! Boys and I decided to spend the day in Franconia Notch in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. We started our day at the Basin. This time of year we have a lot of tourists in the White Mountains. The parking lot was pretty full, but luckily as we started to hike, it wasn't that crowded. Also, this was on a Tuesday. I believe the weekends are far more busy. There is no fee at the Basin, and the walk is relatively easy. I call this a hike for people who don't like to hike. The Basin is a large pothole in the Pemi River. It's 15 feet deep and began 25,000 years ago at the end of the Ice Age. The water from the melting glacier eroded the granite and carved out this formation. Some visitors end their walk here, but if you continue, you can see a lot more cascades as you continue up the rocks. I love this one because it looks like a water slide to me, but don't try sliding down it. New England has seen a lot of rain this year. So I feel like the water was really flowing because of that. This water is icy cold. My kids had so much fun here. They kept saying they were on an adventure and that they were explorers. The boys were amazed that that was all rock right there. The further you go up, the more muddy it does get, so you want to make sure you have good footwear on because it can become a little bit slippery. The view up here is very pretty in the fall. I'm sure this is a popular location. I love this little mini whirlpool in the rock. We just had so much fun here. I can't wait to go back again. They loved the way the tree was growing on that rock. Next, we went to go see the Old Man of the Mountain Historical Site and Museum. You might already know, but the Old Man of the Mountain was a set of granite ledges that appeared to be a profile of a human face on the side of Cannon Mountain in Franconia Notch. These rocks collapsed on May 3rd, 2003. We still have the Old Man of the Mountain on our license plates and road signs. So this was the short walk to get down to the Profiler Plaza, which is a site dedicated to the old man and his legacy and history. This was a little museum on the way that told you about the history. We have a great view over here. A plaque to read about fish. This little bridge didn't really lead anywhere except into the woods, but it was fun to walk on it. There's Profile Lake. So when you walk over here, you're standing at a site where the old man used to be visible, but now it's sort of an optical illusion set up, and you find one of these pavers on the ground that corresponds to your height, and if you stand in the right spot, you can see what the old man on the mountain would have looked like if he was still there, if that makes sense. This was just one of those viewfinder things. I think that it's great that they have this site for children that never got to see the old man. Luckily, I'm old enough that I was able to see him many times in person as a child. Oh, that's Eagle Rock, I think it was called. There were actually people climbing on that rock, which was amazing. And then we stopped by Boise Rock, which is on the side of the highway, and it's a large boulder. It has a whole history to it. This man, Thomas Boise, was caught in a snowstorm, and he had to hide and shelter himself inside of his horse under this rock. It's really fun to take a picture underneath to make it look like you are holding up the rock. After that, we tried to stop by the candy store Chudder's, but it turned out that they were closed, so they just decided to play on this train for a couple minutes. All right, that's it. See you next time.